Hey, what is up, my guys? It is Jake here with Brad and John back on the Derealization Nation on the What's Left podcast. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. You can find all of our information here on the screen. We're going to start opening up on the ever so tiring Epstein files.
Yeah,
So, John, if you want to take us in.
yeah, let's start with what this is all about. So today, after days, Jake were telling me before the break, even like he's just seen it playing at the gym of that commercial of the Epstein survivors being played over and over again. They also put added pressure on Capitol Hill by holding another press conference outside today, where even more of the survivors showed up and spoke, although one of them was not there due to threats, probably from the left, because that's the only place the threats come from. But these survivors showed up. They were brave. They were inspiring. MSNBC put on this little montage together, and we're gonna play it because this is who and what this is about. So this will give you a real good flavor of everything that was said. I listened to the whole thing, and this covers all of the salient points, notes that I took. So here we are.
Together, today, survivors begin our own fight, the survivor revolution.
The Epstein files are not about loyalty to any one political party. They're evidence of a crime.
Far too long, survivors like me have been dismissed, silenced, or told that our pain was exaggerated or fabricated.
And every survivor who is scared right now, your fear is real. Your courage is real, and even though we're terrified, we keep showing up.
We're united in the call for transparency, complete transparency, to find justice.
We are hearing the administration say they intend to investigate various Democrats who were friends with Epstein. I beg you, President Trump, please stop making this political.
This is not a hoax, and we will not be erased.
I am traumatized. I am not stupid.
The truth is simple. We were victimized as children and failed repeatedly by the very system that was supposed to protect us.
These pictures that you see, they're real people. I wish I could go back and give my former self a hug and say, this matters and it's going to change, and mean it.
It is not about you, President Trump.
What we endured was real, and it has scarred lives across 5 presidential administrations.
That's why we stand here today, to demand justice and accountability, not just for Epstein and his crimes, but for every predator and every enabler who participates in or protects abusers.
Shame on any elected official who obstructs truth and justice for the American people.
So I am begging every member of Congress, every representative,
Justice delayed is justice denied.
choose the survivors, choose the children.
You are our president. Please start acting like it. Show some class. Show some real leadership. Show that you actually care about the people other than yourself. I voted for you, but your behavior on this issue has been a national embarrassment.
How can we keep America great if the principles the nation was founded on, that power belongs to the people, is not protected?
Land of the free. In 1863, we have a woman on top of the Capitol building represent freedom. I do not feel free today. I don't know if the women behind me feel free today.
The Epstein Files Transparency Act is not just about survivors. It's about America itself.
To anyone who benefits from the current system, intentionally or not, remember this. Alone, yes, we are afraid. But together, we are feared.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they definitely have their own list. And they now talk and are much more organized than they've ever been, which is a powerful movement. Guys, thoughts?
I'm glad that they are coming out when you know that there's been threats in the past to people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's a brave moment in time when people are willing to stand up for what happened to them and stand up for some justice for the countless people that aren't there to stand up for themselves.
Yeah. Jake?
I think it is outstanding the strength that they have to speak out like that. It is not easy. Um, they shouldn't have had to take it this far to get justice. Like I like the one where she says the justice denied. That was probably one of the best quotes the whole time. It's just these women just need closure, they need justice, and it's about time they get that.
Yeah. Five administrations, they made the point. They talked about how during the Clinton administration, the FBI, during she went through the whole list, where the FBI failed over and over and over again to be interested or to care about. And even two members of the Obama administration are implicated in these emails. So like every single one of them, for me, I think that everybody who has any involvement in this should be subject to being questioned. I really think we have to, especially, I would love to see every former president of each of these administrations be brought in and questioned, respectfully as you can, but like you are still just a human being, and the presidency needs to be reminded of that. Um, Even if they are not actually implicated in any of the crimes, allowing this and not thinking about this as being priority in the past is something that's just it's not forgivable. You know what I mean? Like how do you miss the ball so hard on this? That's just my opinion, though. I really think like this is as part of this, they really did a great job of doing what I've said we need to do is just frame this as being billionaires who think that or rich people who think that they can get away with stuff because the law does not apply to them. They've labeled it the Epstein class. That's what they're calling it, the Epstein class of people. And I think that's pretty effective reasoning. Uh, so it passed the House almost almost unanimously. You had to know somebody was going to vote against it. Um,
417 to 1.
yeah, I, I thought it would be Mike Johnson because he's made such a big deal out of like how important this is to like not vote for this. You know what I mean? Like he is literally could have brought this. He's the Speaker of the House. Like they don't a discharge petition has a 4% success rate in American history. It is not something that ever happens, right? You never get this done. So this
Right.
is unprecedented, historical times, historical thing that just happened. But Mike Johnson could have non-historically, in a very easy way, brought this to the floor at any time. And Donald Trump has the power to do this anytime without any pressure from Congress. So then it will go to the Senate.
It did. It's already passed.
Well, the thing about that is, Brad, is that the bill has to actually physically make it from the House to the Senate. And as of right now, as of the time of this recording, the House has decided to literally drag its feet from the Capitol building to the Senate. And so it will not be passed tonight, but the Senate has agreed to pass without any debate or amendments. The bill. So as soon as it gets there,
to release the Epstein files, and then Donald Trump will sign it into law. It's unclear.
yes. So as soon as it gets to the Senate, then it will pass. But so they don't not have to be they don't have to vote on it because it's already been decided. So it goes straight from the Senate to the president's desk, but they're slow walking it. It's a tactic that is sometimes used, but it's a very stupid one.
Massey said that if Trump doesn't sign it, he'll read the client list out loud.
Yeah, so has Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ro Khanna, and Pramila Jayapal have all said the same thing. They will be happy to read whatever needs to be read out loud on the floor of the Senate, uh, where they have special protections. So, yeah, they're still walking it. So that speculated, of course, so Trump can have his fucking white glove dinner with one of the I mean, probably abusers. I mean, MBS is also implicated in these files. Mohammed bin Solomon, who is dining with Trump at the White House, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. They're having a white glove dinner with such celebrities as Elon Musk, David Ellison, the new chairman of Paramount, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, Tim Cook, also known as Tim Apple,
Tim Apple.
Steve Schwartzman, Blackstone, who's Blackstone chief executive, uh, and Donald Trump Jr., of course, is there, because somebody has to facilitate the fucking coke runs to the bathroom. Uh, Elizabeth Warren posted on social media, hope everyone enjoys their nice dinner, honoring a man who the CIA says ordered the murder of a journalist. Yeah, well said.
Yes. The
Mm-hmm.
CIA said that man's responsible for murdering an American, and Trump's having dinner with him.
Yes. Yep. So I mean, this is a guy who has people in prison for 20-year sentences for mocking the government on the internet. So this is not like, you know what I mean? Like this is not a normal person. Okay. People need to get that idea out of their head. They work so hard to normalize this guy. He's not normal. Some people are mad at Chuck Schumer for allowing the unanimous consent because it doesn't put Republicans on the record for how they would vote. This is one time where I am not going to give Chuck Schumer a hard time about this because the idea that the Republicans were going to play out was, Trump sycophants could have tried to add amendments to the bill, slow it down in process in the Senate, if it had gone to the floor, and it could have been done, stayed there forever, right? So in a way, like we just all he was doing is bypassing one of their obstruction tactics. And yeah, we don't get him on record, but you know what? It doesn't matter because it passed unanimously in the House. I think in the Senate you would have had seen very similar numbers. Nobody is insane enough after all this public pressure to be like, yeah, you know what would be good for me politically? To vote against it, except for that one guy.
But in Carl's defense, because it's
Isn't it
his name,
Clay?
it's
It's
or
Clay.
Clay, yeah, Clay.
Yeah.
In his defense, he said that he wouldn't vote on it from the start on the principle of protecting the victims and having their names pulled from the files because this will open up, they'll be able to see victims. And he was essentially saying this is not about, he said if the Senate amends it and says, hey, redact the names of the victims, I'll sign it right now. He's like, but as long as the victims are going to be out in the open like this, I'm not signing it.
So what you're actually saying is that he out and out refuses to actually read the bill, which specifically says already that. Like there is already that provision in the bill specifically. This was done with the help of the survivors. This bill was written with their uh, input. So what we really have is just another person from Louisiana who refuses to read something.
He's just confident that his group is so red
Yeah.
that he knows the answer is to vote no.
And he's probably right because again, none of them are going to read this.
Yep.
So they're just going to know there's a good old boy named Clay who's up for re-election. He ain't no Democrat. That's all I need to know. All right. Trump has said he doesn't care. I don't care. Whatever. He's gonna sign it. But obviously the investigation into people has opened. But I think what we can't lose sight of, guys, this is just so big. There are 1,000 victims, right? 1,000. That's huge. There is literally no way to like you can't staunch this bleeding. There is going to be places uh for them to investigate, and anywhere that they try to stop this up, they have survivors working together, coordinating lists and facts and evidence. So yes, they're going to slow walk this as much as they can. And yes, they're going to try to obstruct. And I don't think that Trump is going to resign over this or that, they won't keep fighting this for another, at least to the midterms. I don't think this is going to be it. But we have made a serious crack in the trust that the people have in the Trump administration to do anything correctly. And that's not just the Epstein files, that also is the economy, which we'll talk about next. But I don't know, I got these videos. So Trump has been he said he doesn't care. But these are some of the reactions that he's had to the questions being asked to him, which have been a little over the top to say the fucking least. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So here's him on Air Force One, talking to a female reporter. In case that's the pig ass president pedophile of the United States calling a woman a pig for asking him a question about the Epstein files, such as if you're not implicated, why obstruct? Seems like a pretty easy one to answer. Didn't have to be that about it. And as much as I say like this made a crack, but like people are out here, this Republican uh politicians are out here defending that one. Is there any valid defense for calling a reporter a pig? I know the answer, but
Okay. No. But
no,
again, right on brand.
right on brand. And in case you thought otherwise, here's him being asked in the Oval
Why wait
Office.
for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
You know, it's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me, but he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax, and ABC's your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something. I think the license should be taken away from ABC.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's perfectly innocent and normal. You have to admit the attitude was out of control there. The way she asked that question.
So much sass, dude.
So much. She did nothing wrong. Nothing. All she did was ask about Epstein, and he's not reacting to that. And for the other questions, it's literally just about this. So he knows he's in it. He knows he's fucked. We all know he's in it. He's mentioned it over half of the emails that were released, more than anyone else by a long shot, by more than double. So like you can't tell the Jeffrey Epstein story without Donald Trump and vice versa. And everyone knows that files or no files. So I just don't understand what we're doing here. Like the fact, like 435 members of Congress should be standing on the Capitol stairs or outside the White House right now, demanding that he fucking resign. Like demand that he walk to fucking Congress and be like, let's have an impeachment hearing tonight. Like it's wild. Like everything we talked about, and if you watched our first segment, and if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it on What's Left of the World. But like we're talking about an insane level of corruption, just in Saudi Arabia. Like just if we just focus on that, like that is traitorous behavior, selling our technology, selling our war secrets, and doing business deals out in the open without having divested from his own companies. So I just don't understand how we are where we are. And I don't think the founding fathers would have been. I don't think the founding fathers counted on so many fucking pussies, to be honest with you. I just don't think they ever saw that one coming. And I mean that voters and politicians alike. Like, I don't think that anybody thought that like you would be such a fucking pussy that you'd be like, some guy would be like, I'll be your dictator, I'll be your daddy, I'll save you. And they'd be like, yes, daddy, save me, please. And the whole fucking country would vote like 77, like a plurality of the country would vote that way. Nor did they think that like at any point in time that like a third of the country wouldn't participate because government was so fucking lackadaisical and incompetent. But here we fucking are with a pedophile for a president and nobody to impeach him. Just, I don't know. It. Let's talk about his economy. $21 trillion. Brad, where do you want to start? You want to start with these? I'll ask you, uh, because you're our resident Bitcoin expert. So do you want to start there?
Yeah, sure. So, all right. So, one of the greatest pump and dumps we've seen in a while, um, Bitcoin on October 6th was at 126K. 126K per Bitcoin. As of, I don't know, earlier today,
Jake, you
it
got the
dipped.
Bitcoin graphic? Go ahead, throw out the Bitcoin graphic, Jake. Just for a little visual simulation. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. So, as of today, it dipped below 90. It
Yeesh.
it lost over 25% of its value in less than a month.
That's just insane. This is and now Bitcoin is sold as like the stable, like this is the model for how crypto can change the world. Well, that's the government shutdown. We could talk about that too. But
Yeah, this is well, that's crazy.
this is another wild statistic too. The government was shut down for 42 days, and the total U.S. debt still jumped by $620 billion during that stretch. That's insane. The Bitcoin graphic, Jake, will be the much steeper one.
Oh, here it is. There we go.
Yeah, there it
It'll
is.
be like, yeah, yikes, brother. Look at that. It's just getting hammered, dude.
Yeah, it's nosediving.
28% from its high. 5 billion has been liquidated in the past 7 days. Oh,
It's
yeah,
on there.
that's crazy.
It's on there. The plummet is on.
Bitcoin
Yeah.
dropped 83% in
Mhm.
2018. That's what I mean. It's going to be, yeah, 28% in a month is nuts
Yeah.
for what's supposed to be one of the stable coins.
Right. This is this is literally the one that they hold up as the model. This is a legitimate thing. All right, Jake, you can take that horrifying
But also I think
step on
tomorrow
screen.
is going to be very telling of what crypto does because as you know tomorrow is Nvidia's earnings call.
Yes.
So Nvidia's earnings call is tomorrow, and the entire stock market is propped up entirely by the AI bubble. And if they have a bad earnings call tomorrow, it could be not a great day for the market, to
Yeah.
say the absolute least.
Yeah. 100%. So they have this announcement, Nvidia does, just in time. Uh, where Anthropic buys Azure, Nvidia invests in Anthropic, Microsoft invests in Anthropic, and then Nvidia and Anthropic collaborate on design and engineering to a steep deep technology partnership. This is exactly like the dot-com bubble. This is a small internet company, basically, this Anthropic that was supposedly like, pioneering and not going to sell out, and then of course got bought up by Microsoft. Uh, Go figure. Again, just like the dot-com era, still out there being a player. But yeah, like this is so you have the same thing, and then this is another instance of just money passing from one hand to another. This is a nothing burger of an investment. And Jake, we go to the second AI graphic. Now this one is terrifying. Oracle's 300 billion OpenAI idea is already underwater. This is a deal that is maybe what, 4 weeks old. We talked about it a few weeks ago.
Yep.
It's now worth a negative $74 billion per the Financial Times, a right-wing rag. Since the deal was announced in September, Oracle has lost $315 billion in value. Oracle's cash flow is predicated to be negative for 5 years straight. Oracle is spending $35 billion plus dollars just to keep the lights on. They're spending money faster than they are making it. Oracle,
Own TikTok.
yes. Oracle
Purchasing
is
TikTok.
Yes, Oracle has purchased TikTok. That is Larry Ellison, whose son is attending the dinner with MBS right now, who is the head of Paramount, who owns CBS, CNN, Comedy Central, all those things. These companies have to be let to fail. They are Sam Altman is already out here like, we need a bailout. That cannot happen. This
Right.
technology is way overvalued and completely useless. If they want to build something with it, like, that's fine, but like, do it on your own time and with your own money. There is no benefit, uh, strategic benefit to anyone to this. Like AI can only be as smart as the people, and AI can only make people dumber. So I just don't I don't see the prize for this anywhere. But this is all anybody in the world wants to talk about is AI. And they're trying to make it a thing everywhere you go. It's like, even when you start this Zoom meeting, the first thing it does is like, would you like to AI this meeting? What the fuck can AI do for this? You know what I mean? Like, what's it gonna do? I don't need it to summarize what I'm about to say. I got that, you know?
Have you seen the professor crash outs over the AI? Like
No.
literally screaming like, I will fail the entire class if I get one more essay written by fucking chat GPT. And I don't blame them. This is why we're so
No.
stupid.
Yeah, that
Like
has to
obviously
be.
this is why we're more in the dumbest sense. Because you don't even do work at school. You let everybody else do it for you.
That's insane, and that's just, I mean, just so counterproductive. What's the point at school? There's a statistics that show that like you're far more likely to have a college degree. You like smart kids from poor families are less likely to have a college degree than dumb kids from rich families, and that's why we are where we are. Like that's that's what's happening here. And these rich kids from rich families are the ones who are using Chat GPT to pass class. The poor ones are lucky if their parents can afford a calculator, you know? So this is where we're failing so hard on every level. We are not like there are so many opportunities for jobs in medicine, research. Like these are the jobs, like if we really wanted to, we could have given people free education, made it less expensive to become a doctor, an engineer, a scientist, but we have priced it out of the range of the people who could be pushing us into the future. And so we have a poor, depressed workforce who they're trying to give worse and worse jobs. Like they're like, well, AI can take over any job that pays decent, and then you guys can do the landscaping. Like that's basically what the game plan is for the U.S. economy and you, the American worker, right now.
Yes.
Um, so when I'm telling you that if I see you crossing the fucking picket line at Starbucks, I will fight you, know that you will fucking find out that I'm fighting you on the pavement. Okay. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, fuck that red cup. This is serious. This is not the time. Okay. This is not the time to like decide, oh, I'm in a rush. I'm going to cross a picket line because I need a coffee. Okay. Fuck that. Fuck that. All of that. You heard? All right. Um, what else we got on the economy, Brad? Jobs report.
Fucked.
Fucked.
Fucked. Worst October and who knows how long. Minus 40K or something like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
While we were debunking the $21 trillion worth of investment in the country on our last video, What's Left World Edition, uh, that just doesn't exist. This $21 trillion it is not being put into manufacturing, new production, new buildings, new production, new companies, or construction, because all of those things are down, down, and down significantly.
Everything is down. Home Depot took another loss, 3 quarters in a row. They're negative.
Jesus.
And
Let's think.
they're fucking lobbying everybody, so they got to be pissed. If there's a congressperson getting paid, they're getting paid by Home Depot. Rest fucking assured.
I mean,
And they're getting killed right now.
that's where ICE stages all their raids. So they stage their vehicles at that.
Yeah, they just reported another negative quarter. It's the third one in a row. I don't know the last time that happened to them, but
Good. They can stay fucked as far as I'm concerned. Uh,
and that's even with all the gaudy shit Trump's been putting in the White House, and they still had a negative quarter.
that's crazy. It's fucking wild. I mean, honestly though, like get woke or go broke is kind of where it's at right now. People are fucking pissed. Target is again reporting another loss. Wendy's, see you later. Like I said, they're closing stores all over the place. It's so bad. Um, if if these things were happening for the right reasons, it could be so good. You know, these like a big conglomerate like Oracle should fail because they're too top heavy to be real. Um, but that's not what's really going on here. Uh, anyway, million jobs on track to lose a million jobs this year. That's pretty encouraging. We had the worst October on record, at least the worst October, and one of the worst months in the past 20 years, for job loss. As many as 2,500 a week, about 40,000 layoffs overall. Just a fucking absolute bloodbath.
And the
Uh,
highest unemployment rate for 18 to 24-year-olds ever.
ever. And Kevin Hassett on the Sunday shows was basically saying, well, they're finding AI to do these other jobs. They don't need to hire these kids out of college anymore. But don't worry, the the market will fix it. That's the kind of thing that the free market will fix. The free, constantly manipulated by our president market.
Monopolized market.
Yes, the free market with all seven companies at the top controlling everything. That'll fix it. Jake, has the open market fixed any problem in your life as uh, a member of Gen Z, just barely?
I'm gonna
Any,
have to say no.
yeah. So any hope to give to the 18 to 24-year-olds is Kevin Hassett's ideas, are they going to work? You think the free market will fix this one?
What are they gonna like? What I don't understand. If people
We're-
can't afford services, how the free market's not gonna fix it? You know what I mean? Like if they can't
Right. Like
afford
we're
anything.
already broke. So like even if it wasn't actually true free market, like
Right. But now you're broke and you don't have a job, so you'll be more motivated, right?
right. Broke, no job, college debt.
Right. So finally you're going to get
Because
off your lazy ass
right.
and start
Because
landscaping.
if you don't go to college, you don't get a job, they say. And then once you pay thousands of dollars and you still don't have a job and now you have a bunch of debt, and then you end up working a minimum wage job anyways, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Fucking unbelievable how good this
Oh,
is.
the student loan forgiveness. Oh, never mind, we don't have that.
Well, I've got great news on this front too, because our president showed up, maybe was invited to perhaps at a McDonald's summit. Yes, that's a real thing. A summit of McDonald's franchisee owners to inform the world of McDonald's franchisees uh, that they
Right?
needed to fight the minimum wage, fight it, fight the $7.25 an hour minimum wage, fight it with all their heart. The party of the working class, the hero of the people, Donald Trump, showed up at a fast food restaurant's summit to talk about the filet fish and not having enough tartar sauce, um, as well as many, many other things. Like if anybody else, I didn't even bring any of the clips because it is like it's a complete fucking clown show. But the part that I want to highlight is that he wants to fight the minimum wage. So
Which is crazy. I could not imagine getting up, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, putting on clothes, going to work in my car for $7.50 an hour.
no, absolutely not, because you're doing it at a loss. It definitely cost you $8.25 at least to get in that car and start it.
And you haven't even eaten breakfast yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's doing it without no coffee, which they're charging us an arm and a leg for. They want fucking all this production out of us, and you're gonna charge me. So I was thinking about that so hard while I'm fucking staring at coffee. Like I am not drinking Maxwell House. I'll be god fucking damned. And I'm sitting there like looking at prices, like just trying to find something that's affordable and praying that something decent goes on sale. Uh, this is not the kind of stress that I need to get up in the morning. Okay.
But you'll be happy to know that even though tariffs don't raise prices on consumers and they aren't a tax on the consumer, Donald Trump is removing tariffs on things like coffee to make things for the consumer more affordable, even though tariffs definitely don't raise prices on the consumer and they're definitely not a tax on the consumer. That's what Donald Trump told us this whole time. And now he's removing the tariffs to save money for the consumer. It's almost like we fucking know that. Idiot.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. All for things that can't be made here in the United States, too, like bananas and coffee and things that any fucking moron with a goddamn brain would know that you just can't make here in the US. we've got like two spots in the world that we in our part of the world that we can grow things like coffee beans, bananas, and or chocolate, right? And you just got to be you can't grow them all at the same time,
Right.
right? You've only got the two little spots. It's parts of California and Hawaii, and that's it. So the idea that we could produce enough coffee to keep this fucking overworked, underpaid engine running is insane. Insane.
And Donald Trump's not even too sure that Hawaiians aren't immigrants. So
Right. He's not sold. He's not sold. I'll tell you,
yeah,
there's one
he's not
we
sold.
we know one Hawaiian he is convinced is not an American citizen, and still obsesses about to this day.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Fucking brilliant. Speaking of brilliant things that the administration says, Jake, give us that Scott Bessent quote, please, if you don't mind. This one to me, it just summarizes how fucking stupid the people are that have led us to this fucking spot where consumer confidence is at the lowest in recorded history. Never before have consumers felt as bad about this economy, and I feel it with you. So Scott Bessent blames migrants bringing their cattle to the U.S. for higher beef prices. I'll say that again. Scott Bessent blames migrants bringing their cattle to U.S. for higher beef prices. Because of mass immigration, a disease that we've been rid of in North America made its way up from South America as these migrants brought some of their cattle with them. Hassan Kwame Jeffries points out, just so I'm clear, the South American migrants brought their cattle with them as they climbed over and under the border wall, took all of our jobs, stole our health care, used our SNAP benefits, and bought every available home. And yes, yes, you are clear. I don't think you missed anything there. Um, yeah. So immigrants also are the reason for the high beef prices. I can't believe
God.
I can't believe they brought their cows with them. That's
It's all
ignorant.
coming full circle now. Golly.
All those
That just makes
cows.
so much sense to me.
It does. This whole time, and they could have brought coffee. They'd have made a fortune on the black market.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Remember,
fe
Scott Bessent lost 90% of his hedge funds wealth.
90% of his hedge funds. Well, Jake, you can take his ugly face off the screen. I'm tired of looking at it. 90% of his hedge funds wealth while the economy was setting records in the stock market. Little like this was when the economy was so super hot during Biden's presidency that it was like a little bit too spicy for jobs like before it calmed down. And then even afterwards, it was setting record after record after record. And nobody was fucking with it like they are now. So it was pretty much just a steady, straight climb. So all you really had to do was just be like, I'm going to invest in Alphabet and zoop straight up. This man lost 90% of his hedge fund, which never happens. No hedge fund loses anything, let alone 90% of it. It is truly an impressive feat for which he deserves all of the jeers.
All the recognition, dude. Make sure that nobody forgets it.
The treasury of the secretary, the man who signs the government's checks, that guy, the cattle guy, dragging their cattle over the border wall. And we tried to tell him it was a bad idea. Border wall was never going to work.
No, what a silly idea that was. They're bringing whole cows across that thing. You think they can't jump it?
Oh, fucking unbelievable. There's so much more, but that's pretty much all we have time for. But there is one story that we cannot just let go. And I'm going to do this in two pieces here. First of all, the a Catholic newspaper printed an article saying Megyn Kelly is right and defended pedophilia to the surprise of motherfucking no one. But I have to bring this back up because I have pointed out over and over again, time and time again, we point out on the show that it is not a bug, but a feature of right-wing conservative Christian nationalists. And it exists to the point that I made before, and I just want you guys' thoughts on this quickly. But people are desensitized to this already because of their churches. Their churches have already desensitized them to the idea of child sex abuse because that's what happens within so many of them, especially one of the largest churches on the planet, the Catholic Church, who beats the allegations by not beating the allegations with this article. So just thoughts on this article, which also, by the way, blames homosexuality as being more of the problem. Go figure.
What?
Yeah, imagine that.
What?
I know. I know. I didn't mean to shock you like that, Jake. I mean,
Us being scapegoats again, you freaks. Keep it in your pants. Stop trying to pray it away. Embrace it, and maybe you won't have these problems. Weirdos.
true that. Brad, Catholic Church beating the allegations.
Dude, they were willing to burn down the whole fucking Vatican to hide their secrets. I'm not fucking going for anything the Catholics are saying. They were willing to burn down the whole fucking Vatican.
Yeah.
They stand on business when it comes to pedophilia, bro. They are pro. They are pro.
They are the ones. They are the OG sex offender cover-ups. They know how to do it. And you know who else knows how to do it? This fucking Trump administration. So simultaneously, while they are covering up for the long history of pedophilia, the long, proud tradition of billionaires and pedophilia, they also intervened directly to help Andrew Tate. So online influencer Andrew Tate, who, if you don't know, is one of the largest known uh, living, breathing pieces of shit ever recorded. He teaches young men to be abusive and misogynistic towards women. He has been accused of trafficking people in his home country of Romania. He is just an all around evil person and friend of the Trump administration. Um, so him and his brother both, they've been in the United States, overstaying a visa, which, as Republicans will let you know, is a felony enforceable by life imprisonment in a gulag in a foreign country you've never been to. But instead of that, when law enforcement at Customs and Border seized their electronic devices, the White House intervened on their behalf. Interviews and records show, reviewed by ProPublica, who produced this story, show a White House official told senior Department of Homeland Security officials to return the devices to brothers several days after they were seized. Paul Ingracia, who you may remember from one of the Nazi text message scandals, uh, was represented the Tate brothers before joining the White House. So also did that. But he is still working at the DHS in a powerful government position as a liaison, even though he was turned down for his Senate-approved position. Uh, he said that the seizure of Tate's devices was not a good use of time or resources, and the requested the returns of the electronics to the Tates. This is one instance where the Trump administration had an opportunity to investigate actual sex traffickers and instead has invited them to UFC fights with them, turn their phones, but they directly intervened to stop law enforcement from doing their job. And this one to me is just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. We were one of the only podcast news organizations. I had to dig that story out of the when the Tates arrived in the United States. We were one of the only places you could hear that. And I'm not saying that just to brag, although I am bragging just a little. Uh, but we were like on top of this, and this is crazy. Like this is a black mark on our government as well. So I quick thoughts on that, and then we'll wrap it up.
I I just don't understand why these are the people that we're protecting. Like, what could they possibly have to offer us? Like, even from a quid pro quo thing. Like, I don't understand what giving the Tate brothers like an out does for our government, does for our economy, does for the people getting paid. I just don't understand. I'm just confused why these are the people they choose to protect and look after.
Yeah. Jake?
I agree with that one. It's very like strange. Like these are like the scum of the earth, but we're doing leaps and bounds to protect them or give them the least amount of sentences they can have. That one pastor got like 6 months after assassinating a
Yeah.
12-year-old girl,
Robert
Oh,
Morris.
ruining her life,
You
and
mean Trump's former spiritual advisor?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Robert Morris.
yes, 6 months
Yep.
for that girl's whole lifetime to be ruined.
Yes.
So it baffles me.
Yep.
That
Whole, just whole out there, whole-assedly defending raping teenage children as not pedophilia. Like that's what we're talking about. That's how, and I mean that is the contrast that we are going to end the show on. We started this by talking about victims who have been ignored for 2 decades by our government, and end it with sex traffickers who are being invited to our country, invited to UFC events, to hang with the president, to chill with DJ Don Jr. in the bathroom, blowing coke. This is allegedly, God forbid, this litigious fucking president. If you want to sue me because you're a fucking pedophile. Um, anyway, guys, you just still got to be a little careful. You never know. You just never know. But yeah, so I mean that's where we're at. And I think that's the contrast I don't want to break. And if you voted for them because you thought your life was going to be better money wise, first of all, that's an asinine way to vote. And second of all, ha ha ha, now we're all fucked. All right. Yeah, that's our show.
Man.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for helping us process all this. And until next time, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Check us out. Subscribe on YouTube and Substack. Um, Also, if you want to follow us in real time, news updates, you can follow me on jworld13 underscore derealization nation on Threads. That's the best way to get us up. Go out and
Buy some merch.
Go out and buy the merch. Derealizationnation.com will send you a t-shirt, or if you buy a year-long subscription on Substack, I will send you one pro bono. Don't miss our Black Friday sale where all of our t-shirts will be triple priced because fuck capitalism. Anyway, if you liked our video, push us into the algorithm, leave a comment. We appreciate everything that you do. We love you guys. Thanks again. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
Well, fuck me. John told me I was supposed to do the outro.
Oh, shit.